Hi, I am. We're doing this right now? Ah, yeah, yeah. All right, Miss Man. I'm well. How are you? By getting drunk like a real American. That's right. Yeah, I mean, what I wrote in the article was what happened. We were going back through all the orgs that were all the American orgs, and we discovered that one had a lot of cash in it, and it was not being used by anyone in the United States. And it turned out it was being used by Black Academy.
How many orgs did you research in order to get to this one?
The United States has like 15 or 20 orgs, quite a few actually.
Only 20?
And
I expected a higher number.
yeah, they're not all being used. We only use a handful at any given time, which is how we sort of lost track of this one.
Okay, so you did discover this organization. You saw there were free millions on it. Did you attempt to see who was the owner or who had those free millions?
Hang on just a second. The wife's yelling at me.
Can you say it again? Hello, still there? Okay, it seems the wife is
Yeah, I
there.
am. Sorry about that. Sorry, what was the question?
The question was, okay, you found out this organization that had the 3 million CC on it. Did you try to find out who is the owner of those money?
Well, it was pretty obvious who the owner was. They had renamed the organization Black Academy HQ. That doesn't leave much room for guessing right there.
Yeah, okay, so you kind of knew who the owner was. Did you contacted them before and say, okay, I found an organization, maybe it's yours, what is up with all this money inside?
We did not. We knew they were using the organization because they also had active offers on the monetary market.
So after reading the article, a lot of people said, "Okay, yes, you after all you have reset the password and you put the money in the American Treasury, but you could found a better way to do it." A lot of people saying, "Okay, indeed the organization was American. Indeed, you had the right according to the rules to take those money and put them in the Treasury." However, some people say it would have been wiser to ask those people, "Hey, why are you owning an American organization? And well, it's your money. Who this money belong to?"
All right, two things on that. First of all, we took the money last week, and we waited well over a week for anybody to say anything, and not a single word was said. We never saw anything about missing money. You'd think that if the Iranians really cared, they'd notice that they were missing 3 million, and they didn't say a word. All right.
Well, yes. And the second thing,
And the second thing is that, yeah, we could have just kept the money, or we could have asked about them, but you look at all the countries in the world right now, and there's not a ton of fighting going on. There's not a lot of wars going on. Everyone has sort of cozied up to Asteria and Serbia, and we've sort of lost this aspect of having fun. And I mean, it sucks to sort of take advantage of Iran like that, but at the same time, like, we are actually talking about something now. We are actually doing something now. The United States is active because of this. Iran is active. The entire world community is active. Something happened for the first time in a long time.
so this draws a lot of activity in the USA and a lot of hostility towards USA. Because
Yeah,
because many people said, okay, you had the right to do it, but it looks like a scam, like a thievery.
it's not a scam because we didn't scam them. We just happened to find the money. But listen, Iran never had access to that org. It was never theirs. It was never theirs to use. However, they came into possession of it. It was never. There was never an agreement between the United States and Iran. There was never an agreement in any official capacity. Whoever had access to that organization and gave it to Iran, that was a personal decision that was made. And
Yeah,
it's like it's too bad if Black Academy thought that this was an official decision. Like I do sort of feel bad about that, but you can't use another country's organizations and expect nothing to happen.
yeah, but already 1 week has passed since this. Did the Iranian did the Black Academy send you any words? Okay, it was our money. Did were you contacted by them after it
Not
happened?
not after we took the money. After I published an article, yeah, a couple people have reached out to me. Some dude named Release the Kraken has talked to me, and this dude's pretty hilarious. And then some dude named Aldis has talked to me, and then I sent a message to the Iranian president. But I don't think anyone directly from Black Academy has talked to me.
Still, 1 week after making any research, did you manage to find out how this organization went into the hands of Black Academy, or what was who were the intermediaries through which this organization went to an Iranian military unit?
I'm fairly certain that an American by the name of Brave Fighter gave it to them. He was the commanding officer of Rogue Squadron, and Rogue Squadron was the MU that was using that org. And I'm fairly certain that he was the one that gave it to them,
Gave them
or
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 sold it?
sold it, or I don't know what agreement he had with them, but it wasn't his agreement to make, which is the point.
Yeah. Another question. Okay, we are talking about a military unit that comes from Iran, which is more or less an enemy of USA. Would you have did the same if the organization would have been in the proper in used by a military unit belonging to a different state?
Yeah, I think that the fact that it was Iran makes a difference because I think that if this had been Argentina, or Brazil or Russia or a country that we're really close with, that we would have said, hey, you guys have a ton of currency in one of our orgs. What's going on here? But I mean, we've had sort of an on again, off again relationship with Iran. They're not sort of super critical to American foreign policy. They are just they're another country. And yeah, we had an MPP with them a couple of months ago, but we dropped it. And yeah, I think you're right that if it had been a different country, it would have been a different scenario.
A different approach, probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. In the light of these things, do you think this brings more benefits to USA or more problems?
I think that's one of those things that time will tell. We obviously had the liberation that happened a couple days ago, and that was directly because of this event.
Yeah, I
I
saw
think,
that.
yeah, I think that in public, a lot of people have said that that we did the wrong thing, but when you talk to those people in private, they say something different. They sort of laugh about it, and so I don't. I think that it'll be good for activity in the country. I mean, a lot of people are talking about it. We've got presidential elections coming up, and that's been one of the hot button issues for those candidates. But I don't think that long term this will be a huge deal. This is going to be one of those things like Spain when they lost like 16,000 gold many years ago. I don't know if you're old enough to remember that
Yes,
in
yes,
Europe.
I do remember that.
Yeah, I think it'll be like that. It's going to be something that we laugh about, and it nobody blames Hungary for buying that company from Spain. Nobody says, "Oh my God, the Hungarians are terrible people." It's something that is blown over, and we laugh about it now. And I think that's what will happen with this.
Well, let's hope so. Another small detail. Many of the people said, "Okay, did you decided all the action, all the Persian plunder by yourself, or did you also talk with the government, with the Congress, and saying, okay, hey, I found an organization with 3 million CC on it. I want to reset it. Do you agree, or you did that by yourself?"
I did it all by myself. The people that I named in my article, they helped out, and they were the ones who knew exactly what was going on. But beyond that, Congress didn't know anything about it. Most of my government didn't know anything about it. It was really just me and a handful of people. But we returned all the money. Well, we returned all the money to the country, so it's not like we stole it or anything.
Yes, yes. A lot of respect for that. What was the reaction of the Congress after this? Because I know you Americans have an awesome system of forums of people talking with each other, the people from the Congress. How the Congress and the members of the Congress reacted to this? Were they
Yeah,
positive? Were they negative? What did they say?
most people were positive. There were a couple people that felt like maybe we shouldn't have done it, or maybe we shouldn't have been so public with how we did it. With the article and whatnot. That because honestly, we could have just taken the money and not said a word. Because, like I said, we did take the money and not say anything about it for about a week, and Iran never said anything to us or that we saw. They never said anything. So I think that most people were fine with it. A lot of people said that maybe we shouldn't have written the article, and there were a couple people that said, "Oh, you probably shouldn't have taken all that money, and that this will be bad." But the people who liked it were definitely the majority.
Yeah, interesting point of view. Okay, we have 3 million CC. What is next for USA? A lot of people saying, okay, we should lower the taxes because we have a lot of CC right now in the treasury. Others were saying, okay, let's start a campaign. Let's wait for a campaign to come towards us. What is next for USA?
Yeah, they'll probably end up lowering the taxes. There'll be a discussion in a couple days about that. But I think for us, the more immediate thing is defending against a military takeover that will happen in about a week, I guess now. So that's probably the most immediate thing that'll happen. And
10
who
days,
knows?
10 days after liberation, probably.
Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe we'll end up using that $3 million to fend off a military takeover.
Well, at least it's going to be fun. Do you think
Yeah.
the Iranians will do it?
I don't think it'll be Iranians. I think it'll be some American guy. His name is the Dark Knight. I don't know if you know him, but
Yes, I know.
I think he'll.
He said on my channel a few days ago that for the first time is not the baddest guy in the country anymore.
He's still the baddest guy in the country. We still all hate him.
Okay. Any thoughts about preventing that, organizing a counter dictatorship war, or trying to take it to do it before the other people?
Yeah, we're gonna try and beat him to it. And really, I mean, the United States has so many systems in place that even if he gets it, he's not going to get his hands on anything. There won't be any money for him to take. There won't be anything for him to really do. The worst he can do is, attack somebody, and yeah, we'll lose some MPPs, but whatever. We can resign those easily. It's not. He can't do a ton of damage to us.
Do you think it's an enemy? Talking about Dark Knight.
I think he's a spoiled rich kid that, I think he's a spoiled rich kid that just wants his way, and we don't really like him. So he's never going to get elected with an actual election. He has to do stupid shit like this in order to get elected.
What would be worse for USA, or what would be more interesting? An attempt from the Dark Knight or an attempt from Iranians?
I think that it boils down to the same thing, really. I mean, I don't think that one is necessarily worse. Like I said, we have systems in place that, whether it's an Iranian, whether it's the Dark Knight, whether it's someone else, it's not really going to matter who gets it if it's not, me or whatever. They can't really do anything with that power. So I don't really think it matters who will get it.
Another question. Some of the people said, okay, this is not how you treat an ally. Indeed, the MPP with Iran was no longer in place for a few months, like you said. How did the ally reacted to this thing, your allies?
Yeah, like I said, a lot of people, on the article comments or in public shouts have said, oh well, that was really shitty of you to do. But when you actually talk to those people in private, they've been fine with it. They've laughed about it. They've said, that they don't really care what happened. That they're with us if Iran tries to do anything. I don't really see any long-term fallout from this. I think that people like to shit on America because of real-world stuff, but I think that in-game, not a ton of people outside of Iran really give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, and talking about Iran, many people said that maybe they were dirty money, maybe they were clone money. Did you make a ticket in regard to this, asking for the admins to clarify such a possible thing, or you didn't bother about that?
We didn't bother about that, but it was definitely something we thought about, and definitely one of the reasons why we don't really care what Iran says, because it is more likely than not that that money was not legitimate anyway. So we don't really feel that obligated to give it back.
Okay, interesting point of view, and of course, a legit one, so to speak. Okay, elections coming soon in 7 or 8 days. Who do you think is going to win the elections? If you know who is going to candidate, and whether the result will be influenced by the Persian plunder?
I think the Persian Plunder is going to be a thing that we talk about, but I don't think that it's really going to influence the elections too much. The way it's looking right now, it looks like Melissa Rose from the Federalist Party will be the next president.
What about Israel Stevens?
Israel Stevens is not going to run for president. I have never run for consecutive terms. I want to keep that streak alive. I like doing just 1 month, pour as
Uh,
much into that month as I can, and then move on with my life.
After this, do you think you can still be president again?
Oh my God, are you kidding? Dude, EREP is totally dying. Like, I can be president whenever I want. Anyone that is halfway decent.
I'm not against you. It's just an innocent question.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying. Like, the talent pool is so shallow right now. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but I know that in the United States, like, anyone that has a
In
pulse.
Romania is the same. Anyone who wants to candidate, just okay, go. If you want to do it, just go. It's the same in
Yeah,
USA too.
yeah, it is. Like, anyone that has a CP medal can totally just run for president again and win with ease. It's. I couldn't believe how easy it was when I ran. The last time I was president was back in 2012, and it was so much different when I ran for president. This was so easy this month. It was crazy.
Yeah, I remember. Last time when I was president was also in 2012 or 2013. I don't remember exactly. But I do remember that people in New Republic have nicknames depending on what they are doing. My nickname, for example, is Clopo the Dictator because I run things very dictatorial. Do you think you will get a nickname after this event?
Oh man, they already call me the Hatchet Man because I used to write
The-
these great hatchet job articles on people when they did crappy things in our country.
well, that's a good nickname. Okay, thank you very much for your time and for this short interview. Do you want to tell us something else in relate something juicy, something unknown about this affair that people maybe don't know, and you are the only one that knows that thing?
That's the thing, though. There isn't anything juicy about this. Everything that I wrote in my article was what happened. I'm not withholding anything. I'm not lying about it. At this point in e-Republic, like, who cares? Like, all we have left is just to be honest, and I'm 100% honest with what happened. The organization was never Iran's. It was always American. We took the money. We put it in our treasury account. That's it. There's nothing more to the story. There's no conspiracy theories. There's nothing else going on.
Man, not even a small conspiracy theory.
There's not anything, man. Like, what I wrote in the article is exactly what happened.
Well, it's fun anyway. Once again, thank you very much for your time. Have a great Easter. And what can I say? Let's have some fun in USA in 6 or 7 days.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, so be it. Happy Easter.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.